All right, here we go. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I feel
Say
like
hey,
we need
Dara.
to be super squished together.
Guys, this is Lizzie Smash. You guys, introduce yourselves.
I'm Smash.
Lizzie Ray Bombshell.
I met these two. Well, I met Lizzie on Twitter, and I've been checking out their what they got going on Twitter, which I think is freaking awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
They do food challenges, and I promise you, they're gonna make you laugh. Every time I go up on their videos that they post or whatever, there's never not a single moment that it's crazy. It's just really crazy.
We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
They did a hot challenge yesterday on their video, and I really want everybody to go check them out. But I'm gonna let them, do a little bit of talking and kind of tell what they do. But everybody, please go check their page out. It's just like it is up here, Lizzie and Smash on YouTube. But go ahead, guys. Go ahead, introduce yourselves to everybody. What you guys do.
You can go first.
I'm Lizzie, and we, just recently decided to start doing YouTube. We'd actually talked for a really long time about doing YouTube for different reasons. And then I had another baby in December, so we both managed to get off for about 3 months for paternity leave. And so while we had the time off, we were like, you know what, let's go ahead and start doing this, actually start trying to do it. And so far we've been having a blast at it. And just, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's so much better at talking than I am.
I've been wanting to do YouTube for quite a while. There was a lot of things that held me back. Primarily the job that I'm in kept me 50, 60 hours a week, get home, just didn't really have the time. Now it's 2021, we're changing things up and we're going after our dreams before it gets too late. And we don't want to look back and regret anything. So whether we try it and, don't succeed or we do succeed, either way, at least we did it.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it was funny. Like I didn't know that she had never told y'all that we were investigators as well. Because we've been professional investigators for about 7 years. We've been paid to do ghost tours for the last 7 years. We were confined to that time doing one space, but I've been doing stuff since I was 17, so 24 years. No, that's too long.
You're not that old.
No, yeah. 13
like
years.
13 years.
13 years. I was aging myself way out of where I am. I've just to talk about the paranormal, I've enjoyed shows and learning and education. I'm what I would consider a skeptical believer. I'm very scrutinizing about my evidence. I break it down till I can't explain it. So then when I show it to someone, I'm like, if you can figure it out, you tell me. But I spent hours, trying to figure out what this could have been, and there's no explanation.
Right.
So I actually spent a good amount of time today talking to my father about some of our experiences, because my dad's side of the family, we've had experiences dating back to him being a teenager, a kid. My grandmother, even when she was a child, he was telling me a story today that she was walking home and someone just kept telling her move over. And it got to a point where she got so annoyed, she turned to this air and said, I can't go any further. And a car swiped her and almost hit her.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, drunk driver almost ran her over but something next to her that wasn't there was telling her move over. So
wow,
kind of a surreal experience. But we spent last night and today kind of talking about different stories we could share and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we're always up for a good story, honestly, guys.
Lizzie and Smash, this is Neil. Don't grab below you.
What's up,
How
man?
you doing?
This is Nosy. These are all
Very
Nice
awesome.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
But I do want to share something with everybody that's here with us tonight. I had a new experience tonight. Kind of spooked me out a little bit. But you know, everybody here knows that we're ghost hunters. You know, I told you Lizzie last night. You know that we're investigators. We've been doing it. We've been doing it now for about 4 months, going on 5, and enjoy every bit of it. But you know, I've always been able to see like mists and orbs and stuff. But I had a new way of seeing things tonight, actually in our house. And I was laying on the bed, and I seen something out of the corner of my eye, and it kind of spooked me a little bit because I ain't never seen something like this before. But I started rubbing my eyes, thinking, you know, maybe my eyes are watering, and it wasn't. It was still there. Whatever it was, it come through like a watery figure, like it was.
Wow.
That's the best way that I could describe it. I was going to get a hold of you, Neil, and tell you what was going on with me tonight because it had me spooked. I told him when he got home.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty freaky. I didn't know that they could come through like that.
Did your like emotions change at all? Did you feel like anything emotionally change?
Yeah, my attitude changed a little bit. It made me, whatever it was, made me feel like depressed feeling, like I'm ready to throw my hands up, like I was ready to get up here on this live tonight and tell everybody I'm done with ghost hunting type deal.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah.
Right,
and I am listening. I'm just sharing everything so I can get more people in here.
You're good, brother.
Oh, you're fine. But it kind of got me spooked a little bit, and I just wanted to kind of share with everybody what's going on with me tonight. If I feel it seemed like I'm in a different type of mood tonight, it's like something has tried to take over my emotions.
Hello, David.
And it's kind of got me feeling some type of way tonight. So nothing against nobody, because I still love every one of you, but it's just I got something going on tonight. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. That's crazy.
What's up, David?
What up, Damon?
You know, you guys, you know, as far as like I was trying to tell everybody too, is I met Lizzie on Twitter, and you know, I went over to their page to see what they do. They do food challenges. They know I always said that, you know, that most of our chats end up with everybody talking about food. And I thought this would be really, really fun to invite them up here and let everybody get to know these two wonderful people that I have met and adore.
Absolutely, man.
And you know, like I said, just give them a shot. Go check their page out. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe and share them out as much as possible. It's Lizzie and Smash up on YouTube.
Hey, matter of fact, Lizzie and Smash, do you guys have that fireball, that devil bubble gum?
The Carolina Reaper gumballs.
Yeah. We still have them.
We still have a whole bag full of them.
What the hell?
Hold on.
I'm never gonna put one of those things in my mouth ever again.
I'm gonna let them tell the story about it last night, but they did it on their video. This was hilarious. I've never seen somebody's cheeks turn so red.
Oh my God, man!
We got them off Amazon. They were less than $20, I think, but I started chewing it, and I could taste the typical bubblegum flavor, and then it was like prickly fire ants. It hurts so bad. And I remember looking back at the video when we were editing and stuff, the side of my mouth that I had chewed it on was like that my tongue was red and orange. And then actually yesterday, the roof of my mouth actually felt like it had been burned, like I'd eaten too hot food.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, these things are ridiculous.
I thought I was going to be okay with it. And we actually did the gumballs because we thought they would be the least hot. But that was not true.
No.
I think I even put it in the video. I got tunnel vision at one point and thought I was going blind because everything in the room just kind of narrowed. And I was like, oh man, this isn't normal. And then I was like, okay, I got to take a break. We got to cut. And I go downstairs and the stairs were like wobbly. And I was like, oh no, I'm going blind.
What the hell, dude?
And I mean,
this is from the bubble gum?
Away pretty quick.
Yes.
But it was about 4 or 5 minutes of like vision. And you can see it in the video. Like I start to kind of go like this and I'm like, oh man, this ain't normal unless there's drugs in here. This isn't normal. So I was kind of worried because I eat hot stuff. I like jalapenos. I like spicy stuff, but I like stuff that really does add flavor. I don't want something that just burn me and make a meal miserable.
Yeah.
So, this was beyond that. It was so much worse.
Wow.
The other two weren't bad. Like the Satan's toenail.
What?
Devil's toe.
Satan's toe.
Satan's toes.
Yeah.
Satan's toe and little nitro gummy bear.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They were okay in the beginning, and then they. Yes, that's very true. That did happen.
What's up, Jesse?
It burns worse coming out than it does going in.
Yeah, because both the last two that we did, they weren't as bad. They were nowhere near as bad, but the gumballs were instant. As soon as it hit my tongue, the race was on. The other two, it was kind of like, oh, I don't feel anything. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's coming. Oh, man. But the gumballs were immediate, and they were also the longest lasting. Like, we spit them out. I chewed it up, got all the flavor off, and we spit it out. And it was probably a 30-minute burn. Everything else was probably 10, 15 minutes. It was definitely a 30-minute burn before it started to subside.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what I would have done if we hadn't gotten like the milk and the bread and the oranges and
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah.
it was
So,
ridiculous.
all pun intended, you guys, like I said, you guys are amazing. I really do. I found a couple more people that I will continue on watching. But, you guys have also said that that you guys are ghost hunters. Would you like to share a story with us?
Sure, I have a lot more than you do. Do you
Yeah,
want to
he
share?
has a lot more. I will say that I had actually never experienced anything paranormal before I met him. It wasn't until after we got married that I even started experiencing anything. It was crazy. But I mean, probably the first thing that I ever remember experiencing, and what was crazy was I experienced it several times, and then he experienced it. But it was in our old house that we lived in. One of the bedrooms, we had our 3 dogs and 2 birds and a lizard. We had a lot of animals at one point. And I had removed all the animals to clean the rooms and stuff. The door was closed, and all of a sudden I hear like jiggling, and I look, and the doorknob is literally jiggling, like someone's on the other side trying to open the door.
Oh, wow.
And I think at the time I was actually home alone. And I was like, what the heck? And it wasn't like,
Right back.
Okay, bud.
and it wasn't like when, how when AC comes on, it kind of presses on the door and it kind of makes that like just sudden.
When you get that pressure change in the house and it kind of pulls the
door.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that. Like I could literally see the doorknob shaking. And I stood there for a minute and just like total disbelief and terror. Like I was terrified. I was like, someone just broke into my house somehow without me hearing. And I went and I grabbed the door and I opened it really, really quick. Cause I was like, maybe somehow, someone's messing with me and I can catch them. And no one was there. And I was like, the heck? And this same thing happened to me in the same room later on. And then it actually happened to me again in our bedroom, which the doors were like catty corner to each other. And I told Stephen about it.
Go ahead.
I told him.
She kind of just gave his name out.
And
Oops.
sorry. And he was just in disbelief until the same thing happened to him. And I was home at the time and I was like watching TV, minding my own business. And he comes out and he was like, did you just come back here?
So she had told me about it and I didn't really believe her because I was like, the doorknob may be getting stuck and it's slowly coming unstuck and it's settling and it's shaking and I was in one of our bedrooms cleaning up and the door was closed and then the doorknob violently jiggled, and I was like, my first reaction was, what? You know, what do you need? And no one would answer, and it jiggled again. I started getting irritated. I was like, why? I'm trying to work. What are you bothering me? So I opened the door. There's no one there. And then I go into the living room where she's at, and I'm like, what? Like, what do you need? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Like sitting in the room watching TV.
And it wasn't. And I tested it, you know, even pulled the doorknob all the way over, let it go. And it would just one time do it. It would just chink. But what I experienced was it was like someone was trying to get through the door.
Yeah.
It was violently twisting, and you could hear it like somebody was on the other side shaking the doorknob.
Yeah.
No explanation for it. And I have two memories of experiences that I had in the same house. One was when we were moving into it. We were slowly taking stuff over there, taking our time to kind of move in. And we were leaving one night. We had just dropped off some stuff. And I unmistakably heard a box hit the ground and then slide across carpet. I mean, that's a pretty distinctive sound. Like if you've ever slid a box across carpet or pushed it across carpet, it's a distinctive sound. And when I absolutely heard it hit the ground and slide, my first reaction, there's someone hiding in the house because it's sitting empty other than some of our stuff. So, you know, I'm a licensed carrier. I pull out my pistol and I go in the house and I start looking through the house trying to find, there's somebody here. Look through the entire house, every inch. There's no one in the house. It doesn't make any sense. You know, I didn't take a photographic memory of where the boxes were, but I know it sounded boom. And I was like, I thought about it for weeks. Like it didn't make any sense at all.
And the person who had commented about if we had touchy ghosts, feel like they would touch us. No. But if,
No.
I don't know if that's what you meant.
We have touchy ghosts here.
Yes.
Me too.
The other experience with that residence was we had been there for maybe a couple of months, and everybody that was there was outside. It was just, I think it was you, me, a friend of hers, and her son.
Yeah.
We were outside and I was barbecuing, and I look inside and I see someone go, because we had a hallway, and then right through the hallway was the bathroom, bedroom, and then at the end of the hall were the bedrooms. I see someone walk past the opening, never break stride, and turn and look at me. They're just like this and just look. And I put everything down, grabbed a knife, and ran inside because I'm like, there's somebody in the house. And I looked through the house, can't find anybody. The way they went, there was bars on the front windows, so they couldn't have gotten through the windows. No broken windows, no open windows, nothing. I go outside and I try to explain to them what I saw, and I start thinking about it, and I'm like, I saw somebody, but I think I could see the wall behind them. Like I could see through, it was transparent. Wow. I didn't pay attention to legs, but the upper body was clothes, arms, hands, fingers, head, face, everything. That's why there's somebody in my house. And I didn't stop and say, hey, I just said, y'all stay here, and burst through the door. Like,
I don't even think you said anything.
Like I thought there was somebody in the house. It was so real that I thought there was somebody in the house.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something right quick too, man. That some of you guys have already heard about this, and Cam just told me about it to mention it to you guys again. That whenever I was out the last time at the House of Pain, we heard the distinct gunshot. And what's so important about that is the guy who killed himself and killed his family, killed them all with a 12 gauge. And we were there by ourselves, and we heard a distinct 12 gauge shot. And it was so obvious that it ended the whole investigation.
Wow.
That's scary too.
Yeah, it was bad.
That name sounds familiar.
That name sounds familiar. Where is that?
That is actually in Sampson County, North Carolina. Clinton.
Okay.
Where are you guys
Where are you guys from? Yeah.
Texas, Houston.
Yeah, Houston, Texas.
Houston.
Or
Wow, y'all in
Texans.
Texas.
Yeah.
Y'all had that major snowstorm not so long ago.
We
Yeah.
did. It was 81 today. A week ago, it was 9 degrees.
Damn.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, we were actually really lucky that because there was so many people that lost power for like 2 to 5 days.
Yeah.
And we were really lucky that the most amount we lost was like 3 hours in one night. We lost power. So we were super lucky.
When we heard that gunshot, it was right after we asked for, right after Cam asked for confirmation of a spirit being there. And he immediately asked, when he asked that, boom.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
It's
wild.
about like us in Westview.
Yeah.
Our experience in Westview, we thought it was somebody out there trying to mess with us, and come to find out, it was an actual Indian ghost.
Yep.
So
that was wild. That was wicked. I want to go back to Westview.
Where all have y'all actually gone to investigate?
A lot of places.
We went to the first place we went to was St. Barnabas in Snow Hill. That place, y'all, is very, very haunted.
It's very wicked.
Wicked, haunted.
We went to Jamestown, North Carolina, Lydia's Haunted Bridge, and did that. We got chased out of there with a ghost telling us to get out. They was going to come and haunt us. What is another creepy place
we went to
did?
Hookerton Graveyard.
The Hookerton Graveyard. We did that. We also did it's called the Murder House, but it's in, like they said, it's in Sampson County, North Carolina. The story behind that is the father killed the mother, their child, and the mother's sister, and then turned the gun on himself.
Yep.
And that is really wicked. That story is really wicked. If you guys have not watched that on our page, or you want to go check some of our story out, do check out The House of Pain. That story.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
As far as myself, man, I've been to the North Carolina Battleship. I've been up in Virginia doing some stuff with Nubs. All over the eastern area here, man. In North Carolina, I've been to some really, really, really scary places, man. There's this one, this graveyard that we go to, and I've taken Billy and Brenda out there with me before, and this graveyard, man, it is super haunted. Hey, Haley. That graveyard, man, it never ceases to produce, man. We just went out there. Cam and I went out there last night, and it was so scary, man. It was so scary. And we go there. We go to that murder house, House of Pain. There's a couple of local Civil War graveyards around this area that I've been to.
Ooh, those are always good.
Yeah. And there's one place where the founding fathers of Goldsboro, North Carolina, which is the capital of the county I'm in, where they're buried at. And let me tell you the story about this place, man. I went out there the first time by myself at night, which was pretty ballsy. And you'll understand why in a minute. Because when we were there, or when I was there by myself, I heard what sounded like trees being knocked over and at a distance, and it sounded like it was coming closer to me. It kept getting louder and louder, like it was coming close to me. And I was like, okay, I didn't know what it was, but it was enough to scare me enough to get the hell out of there really quick. And then Billy and Brenda went out there with me, and we discovered that actually what I was hearing was a Bigfoot.
Yep.
And when we were there, we were within 50 feet of a Bigfoot and didn't even realize it.
We seen him though when we first went in there. It's really funny because I can tell you when we first went into that park, we were going for this old graveyard, but my husband was wearing a headlamp and he shined it over towards the woods. And I seen something, you know how you have the base of a tree and you have the bigger part of a tree. There was something that stood maybe about 7 foot tall or higher with big old poppy eyes and hairy. And I was like, did y'all see that? And then Neil started shining his light back over there and he's seen the eyes too. This thing was freaking huge.
It was.
And then the time before we went, he heard tree knocking. And then when we went out there, we actually seen him. And he was like, when we made it to the graveyard, he was walking in the wood line and we caught that on tape too.
Yep. And we caught some familiar sounds. We caught the whoop, whoop, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
We got that. We got him imitating the coyotes.
Mm-hmm. We did. That was creepy.
As a matter of fact, on the video that you guys put out, man, you could actually hear some grunts and some growls.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that.
I mean, that's something that we would like to do too, is film some more of our investigations. Because a lot of the stuff that we did, we would have groups with us, so we would have to have so many people sign a waiver to film everything. We haven't got to film anything. And when I was doing investigations, when in my late teens, early 20s, I just didn't think about it. I was like, I'm just doing it for myself. But that's something I would like to do. And also, get with other people, because I want to go do some more investigations. But a lot of the ones that are here in Texas, you get there and there's 100 and 200 people there.
Yeah, I don't like that, man. That's the way it was when we were at the battleship. We went with shit, what's it called? Ghost Hunt Weekends. I don't know if you heard of them or not.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of the pay to play stuff. And
I got you.
Yeah, they were doing their thing there on the battleship, man. And myself and the guy that I used to be with decided where we're going to go. And there were so many people there, man, that you weren't able to really to capture what you wanted to capture, because every step everybody made on that ship was heard on the camera.
Yeah. And then like you have so many different energies, like people, you have no idea what people's intentions are being there. Like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And when we did when I started out on the tours, I was basically doing it for free, because I started doing it as the investigator and as security, because we would have groups of anywhere between 10 people, as small as maybe 10 people, to as large as 150, 200 people. And it was at the end of a Renaissance festival that's out by us. And that was how they closed up the night. Our boss ran the tour. We worked with him. And we would have people that were drunk, people that didn't care. They were yelling and screaming while you're trying to do an investigation. And one thing that I almost ended up buying the tour from him, but things didn't work out. But it was one of those things where I enjoyed doing it. We got some really great stuff, especially with smaller crowds. We used our K2 meter and had conversations, once for no, twice for yes. They would light it all the way up. We knew we were having conversations. It wasn't explaining where we were. There wasn't a lot of electricity. Like the park, that part of the park was a garden, and it didn't have a lot of electricity through it. So there's no reason really for anything to hit the K2 or hit get the milligauss meter to go up. There's nothing there's really nothing out there. Or if it was blatant. You would see a power line coming through, or you would see a junction box. You would know, okay, right here, that's what caused it.
Right.
But one of the weirdest things that we had out there, and it happened, we did it for 7 years, and it didn't happen every night. That was one thing I always told people out there, is like, we've been out here and had nothing, zero evidence, absolutely nothing happened. And then we've had nights where I've told her, I'm like, I want to get out of here. I don't want to be here.
Like you walk in, because we would have to go through like a gate, and you'd walk in and it was like thick.
Yeah. It was like walking through cobwebs. It was like you could feel it on you. And there was a section of the walking path where we knew where it was, and we could say it's 85 degrees out here right now. But when we walk through this, it's going to drop 20 degrees. And it's always in the same spot. Doesn't make any logical sense for one area outside to drop 20 degrees when there's no drop in elevation, there's no change in pressure, and you would hit that and it would instantly be ice cold. And you're like, and it would only happen on nights where we were getting heavy communication.
Yeah.
But just like on that tour, that's why I call myself like a skeptical believer, is that people would come to me like, oh, look, I got an apparition. I'm like, that's one of our people with us that's sitting on the bench over there. And they're like, no, it's not. And I'm like, look, he's wearing these shorts, these shoes. And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I would upset people. And I'm like, I don't mean to upset you, but yeah, I don't like going on. If I go on a investigation, I want to go with no more than maybe 10 people.
Yeah.
And because people that go on these huge things and they pay to be there, and also when you pay to play, you have a worry of people trying to make something be there.
Yeah.
I want to go. I don't want to be led on a tour. I want to do my own. I want to get permission to be there. I want to do my own tour. Tell me where I can't go. Tell me what's dangerous. Let me go in with my team and do it, not with 400 other people, 100 other people, 50 other people.
Yeah, that's what turned me off, man, about the whole pay to play thing, is because for one, when you do that, you have no freaking clue, man, how many people you're going to be with when you first get there. You know, and I'm not a big fan like yourself, man. I'm not a big fan of having a lot of people on investigations. As a matter of fact, I told Hawk Paranormal there, I believe at one time that you know, when we go out, I don't want no more than 6 people at the most, and that's pushing it.
Yeah,
that's pushing it, because you start getting too much more than that, man, you're going to get all inherently somebody's going to sneeze, somebody's going to cough, somebody's going to fart. I mean, you know, and this shit's going to get picked up on camera, you know, and all that stuff. We got to edit that out. You know, that's just more work on me, man.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, one spot that we really want to investigate soon. I don't know if we just want to try to go there one day or actually get actual permission to, is the San Jacinto.
The San Jacinto Monument.
San Jacinto Monument around there, just because.
Which is where we're not too far from. It's where the Battle of San Jacinto took place during the Texas Revolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's where the Texas militia overran the Mexican army and took Santa Anna captive.
Wow.
And I've been out there before, and especially when you're out there and there's no one there, it's like the middle of the week. There's not a lot of, you know, visitors. It's just it's an eerie feeling. Even during the day, it's just
like someone's watching you.
And I did some EVP work out there where I just set the EVP down. I put down my recorder and just sat there and just kind of listened. Didn't ask questions, didn't anything. And I went back and listened to it, and I distinctly heard what I thought was musket shots.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't hear anything like that, even though we were close to the channel where it is. It wasn't a ship. It wasn't a horn. I don't know what it was, but to me, I've been around firearms my whole life, fired an array of guns, and I could be like, that's musket fire.
Yeah. I was just talking with Cam earlier, man. I was telling him that there's a Civil War battlefield nearby here. And I've been out there before and be in the woods, and no one was near me except the guy that I went with. And no one was at the area at all because it was after dark. And I don't know how it is in Texas, but in North Carolina, after dark, every damn thing shuts down.
Yep.
So no one else was there, man. And we got back there in the woods, dude. And it was like 12 o'clock at night. We heard a freaking cannon go off, dude. And it was undeniable what it was.
Wow.
It was that loud, and it was it was there, dude. No doubt.
Wow.
And it blew our minds.
Yeah, I believe in like, you know, energy that gets trapped in one place.
Yeah.
And something like a battle or where something horrific happens, even if it's just one murder, something that violently happens in one place. I feel like it's my own theory. I don't know if there's other theories out there. I've never researched it, but I feel like there's a rift in time where that is imprinted.
Yeah, that's actually called residual haunting, man.
Yeah, residual haunting. That's the word I was looking for.
And 9 times out of 10, dude, when that happens, something like that is on the anniversary of the death, it's reenacted over and over again.
Yeah.
So, Lizzie and Smash, you guys, y'all's channel, are y'all be doing different things, or are y'all just doing food? Y'all doing paranormal too, or just what you have?
We definitely plan on branching out besides just food. We just started that way because we figured it would be really fun and easy way to introduce ourselves, and
gave me a reason to eat.
That's great. So, I saw last night.
We actually, like, after sorry, I have a pencil. After this, we talked about doing a like full-on storytelling paranormal experiences video. And eventually trying to go places to video our own experiences. But like, I do makeup. I love doing makeup. I have my own Instagram makeup page that I've started posting other things on it too, but there's hundreds of pictures of just selfies of me with makeup on. And so, we'll probably do videos down the line of, maybe me doing my own makeup or me doing makeup on him, or, what happens.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we'll do lots of different stuff.
I've already got the blush covered.
Yeah, you can skip the blush because you don't need to blush on Smash. Just give him something hot. He's got the blushing covered.
There you go.
Or a shot of whiskey.
That's true.
Yeah. I'll take one.
But yeah, I mean, we do a lot of different stuff, have different topics where sometimes we may just post stuff where we're just going to talk about different things. We may have challenges where ask her questions and see who can, she'll ask me, see who wins, ask 5 questions, see who gets the most right, stuff like that. And eventually we'll want to break out and do other stuff. Like my son wants to do videos too.
Yeah.
We haven't really figured out what he wants to do because he just wants to kind of do everything. Takes after me in that.
He'll just talk and talk and talk, and then he'll be
forever.
like, "What are you talking about?"
He's like, I don't know.
I'm sure it makes sense to him.
Oh, you were totally ready.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, my phone kept going off, so I was like, "What's going on?" But it's just like,
No, I'll just hear what the future is for your channel, for y'all's channel. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, I mean, we plan to just do a wide array of things. I blame it on my ADHD, but I jump from thing to thing, and I want to do a lot of different stuff. I don't like to be stuck in one routine all the time. So like I do YouTube. I also stream video games. I'm in real estate school. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing. I'm also writing a book.
yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think you did say something about like that in one of your videos. Something about book writing. Yeah.
And we're both artists, so we paint a lot, sketch.
Hey, that's cool. I do acrylic paintings.
Yeah, we primarily use acrylic.
Yeah, I do oceanscapes and landscapes.
Oh,
That's awesome. I wish I could do landscape, but I have a niche in abstract, so I'm really good at doing abstract.
Yeah, I've done some landscape. I like doing animals.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've tried painting animals and humans, but you cannot recognize what they are. That was more abstract to me, Smash.
What's that?
That's my abstract when I do people and animals.
Oh yeah.
He's done sketches. He's done sketches of people and stuff like that. And I love them, but they do still have kind of a abstract feel to them. Like you can tell that what it is. You can tell it's a human being, but it's almost like a Tim Burton-esque thing.
Yeah.
It's like not proportionate, but it fits. Like
I tried to do one of my mom, and the only way you could tell anything about if it was a person because it was wearing glasses.
Well, I've seen a lot of abstract, paintings that are really famous. Picasso, he had an eye up here, an eye down here, and a mouth over here. And
that's kind of how my mom looked when I was done.
No way.
Oh, dude.
Oh,
that's yours?
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to see it. But I mean, also for everybody listening, if you do care to see our art, Eternal Monsters Studio on Facebook, you can see all of the artwork paintings that we have up. I don't put any of my sketches up for sale, but I do put up all of our paintings.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is
look, Doris, me the same. Me the same. I can't draw nothing else.
I can draw.
this is just one of my paintings. It's my favorite that I've done, and it's a octopus.
Can't see
it's
it.
on a black.
It's hard to see.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like different colors in there.
But you can go check it out on the Eternal Monster Studios or even my Instagram, Lizzie Ray Bombshell. I have it. I have. If you just go look for it, it's not that far down, and it has like all the animal pictures on there that you can scroll through it real quick to see the ones that I've done.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, thank you. I had a uncle that was a professional artist, and so from a very young age, he always encouraged me, and like every year for Christmas would buy me art supplies, and he was like, keep doing it, keep doing it. And I'm like, okay. And then I stopped for a really long time, and then Steven was like, why don't you do art? You're good at it. He's like, I want to do art.
That's funny.
And you're just naturally good at it. Do it more.
I get the same thing from Billy too, because I love to draw. I'm not a painter. I can't look. If I can't erase it, I'm not doing it. Because when I draw, I do a lot of erasing. And he's like, "Well, you should ought to try that paint thing." I'm like, "No, because they don't make erasable paint." But I draw.
Paint over it.
Yeah, just paint over it.
Look, I can't tell you how many canvases I've had that I've sanded down to the bare bones and painted over again.
Yeah.
But I
You
do
it
all
so many
kinds of
times.
stuff.
It's like the paint's like that thick. By the time you get done, I don't know if you can see that.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
Just to kind of give you guys an idea that, like, you know, one of the things I drew, the symbol for that you'll see when you pull up, you know, Hawk Paranormal.
Oh yeah.
I drew that. That was my art. That's my art.
I did see that. That's great.
Really good.
I'm not. I don't like the Reaper stuff, but that's him. He wanted the Reaper for our, you know, our symbol for Hawk Paranormal, so I drew it. And
Gotcha.
I do animals. I do cartoon characters. I do, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. But when it comes to like landscapes, not me. That's not for me.
I think I have like two landscapes. Three. Maybe.
I always get my depth wrong on it.
I have
It'll look
one.
real weird.
I have one that's like ocean with a full moon above it. That one I'm very, very proud of. I just thought every time I look at it, I'm like, it's so good. Because it's, you know, you get in your head when you do art, and you're like, it's not good. So whenever I have an opportunity to actually do a piece that I can look at and be like, yeah, I'm really proud of it.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, you guys, I'm so glad we invited you guys up here. This has been amazing. It really has. I'm like really glad we got to meet you, and I wanted everybody to be able to meet you guys too, because I mean, you know,
we feel fortunate for you inviting us on here as well.
I'm so appreciative of it.
It's you know, I try not to judge people. I'm kind of like the type of person to where I sit back and I observe, and just for the, you know, the few videos that you guys have posted out on your page, it's like I just got this overwhelming feeling of love when I watch your guys' stuff. I can tell you guys, you can see it from like just through your videos that you two love each other. And whatever you guys you plan on doing on your page, don't never give your dream up ever, because you guys got what it takes to make it. That's the reason why I invited you two up here. I really wanted to be able to actually meet you two in person. So you guys are amazing.
Appreciate that very much. It means a lot to us.
Yeah.
Very amazing.
Yeah, I always get excited to see what you comment on our videos.
You know, I'll tell you one thing I do want to tell you. You don't, being up on a live panel with me, you don't never know what's going to come out of my mouth. I don't have a G-rated mouth. I don't have a PG-rated mouth. I have a PG.
She don't have a filter.
Plus mouth.
And she has no filter.
I don't. And I'm sorry. I should have forewarned you guys about that. And, you know, sometimes when I'm goofing around, I might put it in your comments. You can take them off there if you want to, like, okay, Brenda, you know, kind of. But you don't never know when it comes to me. I do want to forewarn you about that. But
you're a good girl, Brenda. I don't care what Billy says about you.
Right?
Yeah, we try to clean up our mouths some when we're on video and stuff, but like you know,
in person it's a lot worse, especially with me.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, same here, brother.
I try to put on the face of being more professional, but it still slips through the cracks.
Yeah.
I think the first thing I really honestly, the first thing I got everybody going with is, you know, I said some pretty off the wall stuff in some of our lives, but the first time I come out with the word ghost boner, everybody lost it. Everybody.
I think that's what someone meant by touchy ghost.
Oh.
Might have been.
I'm gonna tell you the story behind it. That way you kind of understand. But as we have told you already, that we have something going on in our house. It's not just one. It's not two. There's more than that. But I had gotten in the shower one night, and when I did my thing, whatever, went to get out of the shower, and I seen a orb fly from the shower curtain down to the floor and disappear. And I come out of the bathroom. And I asked Bev, I said, do you think it's possible for ghosts to still get boners when they're dead? He was like, well, what are you talking about? I said, babe, I just seen an orb fly from the shower curtain down to the floor and disappear. It was peeping on me while I was showering. And it was, I mean, it's like, I don't know if it was like maybe the night before something else happened, but a big old handprint appeared on our mirror. Everything else around it was fog.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, as far as like the ghost boner goes, that's where I got the ghost boner from, because I was wondering, can a ghost actually still get a boner after it's dead? They can get them when they're alive. So why couldn't they get them when they're dead? If they're a pervert before they die, they're a pervert after they die.
Yep.
True.
Well, there are lots
I hope
of
I don't
women,
haunt anybody.
right? There are lots of women that say that they've had, experiences with ghosts.
And then, not to mention, one of the guys at work was using the SLS camera, in the security office where we work at, and a ghost was caught jacking off on my Dr. Pepper.
What?
Yeah,
In your Dr. Pepper?
We still have that video
Would
too.
that
And
turn into a cream soda, or would it still be Dr. Pepper?
it was a Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
It was a Dr. Pepper. You know what? I have my own little page where I do quirky stuff. I will share the link to you guys, like on Lizzie on your Twitter. I'll share the link or whatever. And I'm gonna put that little video up there for y'all to see it, because I do still have it. But it actually, he was like, the Ghost SLS. It's an app.
With Ghost Tube.
Ghost Tube. He was playing with it inside of work, and then the stick figures popped up. And suddenly there was ghost in there, and then this ghost is kind of like goes over to his Dr. Pepper, starts doing this, and you could see it doing this too.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's what I said. I do believe that they could still get boners after they die. If they're a pervert before they're dead, they're a pervert after they die too.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean-
you've heard me say before, that how you live your life, while you're living is how you're going to spend it when you're dead.
That's true.
Yeah, I think that's true.
That is true. That is
I mean,
very
I'm
true.
definitely a firm believer. If you're evil in life, you're going to be evil in death.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, Neil, we experienced that too with Tiny.
Oh,
my
yes.
God.
Yeah, we did, brother.
We've been in some crazy mess. Go ahead, Lizzie.
I was going to ask, did y'all, because you said that you'd been investigating for about 5 months, did y'all start because of the experiences y'all started having in your house?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Go ahead, tell it, Ben.
I can see ghosts. I've been able to see ghosts since I was a kid.
Wow.
So I've been
That's freaking
wanting to do this for a very, very long time, and I'm finally doing it now. I should have started a long time ago, but I didn't.
Yeah. As far as myself goes, man, I got over 40 years experience in the paranormal. I'm a former Satanist, a former pastor, all-time paranormal.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's the lifetime of experience.
I wish we lived closer so we could have massively more conversations.
Right?
I know, right?
Neil's a good guy, guys.
I'm open to do stuff with this too, because I have so many stories it would take hours and hours and hours to go through. She doesn't really remember, because I've seen or experienced stuff since I was a kid as well. If you want, I can share a story about one of my first real experiences. I was telling her about it last night. I had windows on the side of my bedroom, but there was blinds, and then there was shutters that came, or not shutters, but pull down shades that came over them.
Right.
And so if light did come in through the room, it only had a sliver of a window to come through. So it would come through as a band and it would move across. I woke up in the middle of the night and there was like a mist of like energy, and it was purple in color, and it went from bright purple on the outside to darker to almost black in the center. And it was just hovering on the side of my bed, and you could see it. It was like making this, it was small, but you could see the motion of like hovering. It was like kind of rotating.
Wow.
And it definitely wasn't quarter sized. It was bigger than a softball. And then it slowly just started to move towards my bathroom. And then I realized I could see through it. I could see the door on the other side, but I could distinctly tell that this was like a ball of energy, and it had color to it. and it went and just kept going. It stopped and almost looked like it kind of like rotated back, like it was looking, and then turned back and then went through the wall and was gone. Never saw it again, never experienced anything like it ever again.
Did you notice any smells or sounds with it?
No, the only thing I told her is I was scared because of what I saw. I knew wasn't supposed to be, but I didn't feel fear. I didn't feel like there was something there to hurt me. I didn't even feel good. I almost felt nothing at all. I just felt scared because of what I saw shouldn't have been. Right. And I was about 10 or 11 years old when I saw it. So it wasn't something like a 4-year-old could have just mistaken something. You know, I was already getting close to being a teenager. So right. I remember it very vividly. And there was a lot of experiences I had in that house as well and around that age range. So that was just something I remember experiencing that I've never experienced ever again. You've seen a lot of ghost shows, a lot of ghost hunting shows where it'll be a ball of energy and it'll shoot through the screen. This moved very slow. It took probably up to 60 seconds or more from me waking up and noticing it and it hovering to it moving.
Did someone?
It was there for some time.
Did someone you know pass recently before that?
There had been several people that had passed within the years before and the years after. So it's hard to say. It's very unfortunate. I'm 31. Being 31, I've been to way too many funerals.
Right.
It could have been, but I don't remember anyone significant passing away at that point in my life. There was a couple of significant deaths later, a couple of years later, and a few years before, but there was nothing around that time frame that I really, really remember there being someone that passed away that was a significant member of my family or friend.
Right.
Yeah, so when he was telling me that story, because I don't recall him having told me that story before, but he told me it last night. And I started looking at him like freaked out, and he was like, "What's wrong?" And I had a dream back when I was pregnant with our first son, and this was back in 2014 or 2015, and it was like I knew I was dreaming, but it was like I was in my bed, and I sat up, and there was like a white ball in the room, and it was towards the end of his side of the bed, and it kind of floated down, and I was like panning following it, and then it got to the bed, and I looked over next to me, and it was like he was laying next to me in bed, but I knew it wasn't him, and it was something evil. Wow. And then it started like pulling on me, and then my foot started getting pulled, and I woke up screaming, falling out of bed. And it was the scariest dream I'd ever had in my life. And I just was calling him. I was like, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." And he comes in and he's like, what? I was like crying. And I was like, "This guy just had this really scary dream." And it was horrible. It's like that dream is just implanted into my memory because I've never had something so powerful from a dream happen before.
Yeah, and then he tells you about that, and it just brings it all back to you again.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I get that.
But with the mausoleum that we went to.
Yeah. We did a mausoleum, guys. This mausoleum, we had a little girl spirit messing with us. It made all of we all turned into a bunch of kids. Just put it that way.
We really did.
We really did. It had this little girl had an effect over all three of us. It's like we were back being 5, 6, 7 years old again. Was it
like a grave of a little girl, or was there a girl in the mausoleum that you knew of?
I don't know if she was actually in the mausoleum that we were in, because the room we were in, of course, it had the tombs in it, but all around us there were also mausoleums that did not have a room that we could go in and set. So we don't know if she came from. I don't think she was from the room that we were in, because I don't remember seeing a little child in there, but she could have possibly been from like right next door to us, you know?
Gotcha.
All right, Aaron. Thank you for joining us. Oh wow. So you guys, I mean, like I said, I never pictured y'all to be ghost hunters. I just like I said, your guys' channel, you guys eat things. But this is really awesome. We actually know some good people out there in Texas. And if we can ever pull you guys back up here and get Miss Amy up here, she's out there in Texas too.
Yeah.
She's what the paranormal. What the question mark and then paranormal. That's Miss
okay.
Amy.
Yeah, I've seen that on your Twitter. Yeah.
Yes.
Miss
She
Amy,
is
she is
amazing.
amazing. And just get to know her. I don't know how far you guys live from her, but she lives in Texas too.
Do you know whereabouts?
I can't remember now.
I know the graveyard that she went and did, it was Dover Graveyard, wherever Dover Graveyard is, Dover Cemetery. I'm not really sure where that's at, but that's one of the cemeteries she goes, and they actually got attacked out there. So
Yes.
Let's see, Dover.
it's really funny because we have a Dover here in North Carolina too.
And it's haunted as hell.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah, I can't wait to go back to that place again.
Who are you talking about? The Dover house?
Yes.
No.
I want to go back. I got to.
That's the problem with Texas is like, oh, I'm from Texas. It really matters where you're from in Texas.
Yeah.
Because you could still live, 10 hours away from someone and still be in Texas.
Yep.
Well,
Doris says something about Northeast Texas. Is what Doris is putting up.
yeah, I think it is.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah, buddy.
Did you see the picture of that lady in the intro? In the intro,
I didn't catch the intro, man.
Okay. There, you see like an older lady standing there, man.
I like to have freaked out when I saw Haley open the door. I guess it's Haley.
I was like, who's opening the door?
That door is just open by itself.
I don't know if you can see my face or not, but I was physically freaked the hell out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, we don't need to watch them die from the ghosts.
But we
They
was
said
up
their house was haunted.
right. We was up
Yeah,
here
I
on a
know.
live one night, and we had I think we had maybe almost close to about 20 people up here that night. But Miss Amy was watching us from like where everybody else is, and she was like, I just seen a tall shadow walk past that doorway. I had seen something like out the corner of my eye, like a mist of some sort that looked tall, but I didn't actually get to see it when it happened. When I reviewed it, I actually seen what she was talking about. It was something very tall and really misty, like, but nothing like what I experienced today. Today, it whatever it was hovering over me looked like water.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
We got to take care of that house for you guys, man. We got to get that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
getting weird. It definitely is getting worse.
Yeah.
How old is it?
This house was built, I think, in the 1920s, I do believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this is the old farmhouse that we live in. See, we got this house thinking, okay, well, we're gonna fix and make it. It's a fixer-upper. This house has got potential, but with everything going on in the world or whatever, it's just like the money is very, very tight, and
Right.
we don't have the money to put into it like we want to. But like when he was in here doing some painting before we ever moved into this house, the whole house shook on him, scared the death out of the whole house shook on him. I was like, what do you mean shook
Every
on
hair
you?
in my body stood up. Even my head. I went that hair, but I felt it.
But
Same.
it's really funny too, because I mean he had that experience before we ever moved in here, and then like after we moved in here, it's like little by little different things started happening. And we was like one night I had come home from work, and our oldest Hunter, which he was up here earlier, but he can vouch for this story. He fell asleep on the couch, and I kicked the back of the couch and said, "Boy," I said, "get your butt up and go to bed." I'm not sleeping. I'm watching this, but the whole time he's snoring. I said, I finally like really got tired of trying to get him to get up to go to bed. I said, "Fine, I'm going to bed then." Probably about 20 minutes after I laid down, something kicked the couch. It Hunter again, and you heard Hunter start talking. So that's just the beginning of the things that's happening in this house. And then the next day, me and Hunter was sitting in the front room, and all of a sudden the rocking chair that we have between the big couch and the little couch starts rocking by itself.
Ooh.
I mean, this is just the beginning of what it was like. They were trying to scare us out of here, I think is what it was. And it could come find out we're not scared of ghosts. So scare all you want. You ain't gonna do nothing to us. I'm not afraid of you.
Right.
Like Beetlejuice.
Right.
Okay, and then this happened to me the other night, y'all.
Okay. And so the other night, I think, where did we come back from? We come back from doing an Tiny's house Sunday night. This past Sunday night now, guys.
Wow.
I was sitting on the bed and I happened to look over at Babe and I was like, what the hell? And there was three claw marks going down the side of his head.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sitting
I
here
remember
like,
that.
I don't remember seeing that when he come home. So I kept the picture the first time and I was sitting there watching it whelp up. Like you could tell it had just happened. But
Right.
I don't know how good you guys are going to be able to see this, but you can tell whenever you get scratched by anything demonic or any kind of ghost, it always comes in a hook. It's not never a straight scratch, it's a hook. But I'm not too good at like, can y'all see it?
I can kind of see the weld, but it is a little rough to see, but I can kind of see it.
It's definitely there.
It's up here, right? On the
Like by
on the forehead on the side? Is that where I was looking? Okay.
Yeah. This one, that's the one you showed me. That was the first one you showed me. Because that one is when it first started. But this one, see, I don't know how to turn that light off to see if that helps. Okay, let's see if this helps.
Back away a little bit. Now go down with the camera. Look. At the angle of the camera. This something.
You do it. I can't do it.
I see a very white head.
Yes, it's very, very white.
It's shiny, y'all.
Okay, I can see it better now. Yeah.
That's kind of hard. I was trying to angle it, but I couldn't get it right. But it's like I just thought it was really wicked how that happened. I was like, okay, well, all this stuff is starting to get worse in this house, and I want it gone completely, Neil. I want whatever's in this house gone, because when ghosts are around, we don't need no EMF reader or whatever it's called. We don't need that because I'm his EMF reader. I could tell when there's a ghost around. My ears start ringing. They ring in waves when they're like right by me. We don't need nothing like that. Something to be annoying. My ears stay constantly ringing in this house.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I know with my past, I'm the same way, kind of like Brenda is. I don't hear the ringing in my ears, but from my past, being all the years I've had dealing with paranormal, whenever I get around a spirit, a couple of things happen to me. One is my back gets really knotted up and it hurts like hell. Another is I can sense. I don't know how to explain it. I'm an empath, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
No, I can sense them like almost like a living person standing next to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like a movie. It plays in your head, and then you can tell people what you see. It's like I was telling Lizzie last night. Mine's getting really stronger. And that one day we was in the mausoleum where I sat there trying to tell you what I was seeing in my head, and then you asked, and the thousand rods crossed over to yes, that everything we were seeing and telling, the ghosts were agreeing on.
Yep.
So somebody got buried alive is a story that happened behind that one.
Yep.
But
wow. How old was the mausoleum?
It's probably been there, I would say, since maybe the 50s or 60s, 1950s or 60s.
Okay.
Wow.
Now the graveyard itself that surrounds the mausoleum has been there, God, for as long as I can possibly remember.
Yeah, it's
right. And just kind of off of what you're asking, I mean, it can be anything from that surrounding area that they're picking up in the mausoleum. Even if the mausoleum's new, the older part of the cemetery, because there's a book that I love to read called Graveyard Book, and it's about a kid who's raised by ghosts in a graveyard. And they move throughout the entire graveyard. So there's nothing to like lock them into that one position or that one place.
Yeah.
By Neil Diamond, you should check it out.
Yeah. Not Neil Diamond.
I said Neil Diamond.
Okay, I thought you said Neil Diamond. I was like, Neil Diamond did not write that book.
Neil Diamond.
That's definitely crazy. That book actually sounds really interesting. I'm not really a reader, but I would sit down and read something like that.
It's not very big either. It's really a book.
It's a fantastic book. I would definitely recommend
anything
it.
pretty much by Neil Gaiman is amazing.
and also, I mean, just being into the paranormal, it's a good book written about a child who his parents are killed, and the ghosts basically take him as a baby and raise him in the graveyard. And as long as he's on graveyard property, he has the powers of a ghost. So he can move through buildings, he can go into the ground,
Make himself invisible.
he can make himself invisible, things like that, as long as he's on graveyard property.
That's awesome. I might read. What's that book called again?
The Graveyard Book.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's a great book. It's one of my favorite books.
Jan said that Amy and Laney, they live in Tacoma, Texas.
Tacoma.
Tacoma, Nocoma.
I didn't see that.
Let's see. N-O. You just showed it to me and I forgot. N-O, or no.
M-A.
Sorry, hold on. I'll get back up for you. There you go.
There we go. I started adding letters that weren't supposed to be there.
No.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Tacoma.
Right.
Okay, for everybody that has joined right now, these two lovely people that you see up in the top corner, this is Lizzie and Smash. They do food challenges. They taste food and give their opinion on them. I met Lizzie through Twitter and just kind of stumbled upon her page, and I'm so glad I did. But please go check these two lovely people out. Lizzie and Smash is just like you see it up there on YouTube. Everybody go show them some love. Tell them that I'm Hawk Paranormal. Thank you.
It looks like they live about 5.5, 6 hours away from us.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Be a little trip.
I've made that trip twice, a round trip. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start in the most eastern part of Texas and then start the next day not out of Texas yet.
Yeah, you'd still
If
be
you
in
go
Texas.
across the widest part, it's like 16 hours or something.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what Dave was talking about too. Driving to Texas.
Yeah.
I actually looked it up recently. It takes the same amount of time to drive
Later,
from one
brother.
end of Texas to the other end of Texas as it does to take from the end from El Paso to California.
What?
Yeah. It's about a 13-hour drive if you going through
Damn.
Texas or going from Texas to California is the same time.
Yeah, it was always weird when I was younger, like driving around and going on family road trips, and you would go from state to state to state, 3 or 4 states in one day. I'm like, man, it took us 14 hours to get out of Texas. Only we went through 3 states.
Wow.
I've been into like the very beginning of Texas.
So, you guys, also, I want to let you know, I went to a house today where somebody had texted me this week about their dog was barking at them. I'm sorry, back that up. Barking at something. So I went there today. I did not do no filming because I just thought it was how you call it?
A
Neil?
residual.
A residual. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let's let me see what's going on. But can I find out they got 5 spirits in that house? There was 3 Indians that was killed. Well, that was murdered and burnt inside their home. It was a husband, a wife, and a 10-year-old little girl. And there was another one named Ed. He stands by the door. He's a soldier. And there was one that is a family member that's staying there, but they're all ready to cross over, and it was really good. The lady was very happy and pleased what we done for her. I just wish I would have filmed it so everybody could see what happened today.
Mm.
Yeah.
One of the greatest things, man, that I get to experience, and I credit this to my time as being a preacher, is being able to help spirits cross over. Man, that is one of the most rewarding things that I can possibly experience as a paranormal investigator, especially when it's a child. Oh, that is so touching.
Yeah.
I love it.
And so next week, I'm gonna get Neil to cross his family over because everyone was ready to go home.
Yeah. They really are.
And that little girl was so scary. Oh, I was sitting there playing with the dog because I was about to leave, and just all of a sudden my heart just started pounding real fast, like I was running for something. I was like, "That's that little girl." And
that's
I
how
asked
we
her,
felt at the house before when the other little girl. Remember how our hearts were beating so fast?
Mm-hmm. So I told the little girl, I said, don't be scared. Everything's okay. You know, she even gave me a hug.
With the thousand
With a
rods.
1,000 rods.
That is
I know
awesome.
what you do, you hold 1,000 rods in front of you like this, and it'll go all the way over to your neck.
Oh,
That's the
wow.
ghost hugging you.
That's a ghost hug.
Yep.
Wow.
And she
That's
I've
pretty
never
cool.
I've never gotten to use those before.
I haven't used dowsing rods in a long time, but
Man, they're my tool of choice.
Yeah, just a little hint for if you guys, when you guys do start going back out hunting like that. I don't know if you Smash or Lizzie, either one of you guys know this. Of course, we found out the hard way. It wasn't done to us, but it was done to somebody in our family. Don't never let somebody else touch your dowsing rods. Those dowsing rods are connected to you. If like it would be okay for Lizzie to touch your dowsing rods because you two are connected. But like for a child or whoever else outside of you two touches them, they're gonna get scratched.
Yeah.
They say I looked up the dowsing rod thing, and one thing that kind of caught my eye about the dowsing rods, they said the dowsing rods, it's you're allowing the devil to pretty much take over your body to work them dowsing rods. It's
wow.
I didn't know that the dowsing rods had anything to do with demonic or whatever. I'd have never touched them because I don't like demonic stuff.
I don't really think that there's a lot of. I mean, just from my experience, I've been dealing with them for a long time now, and honestly, you just blew me away. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, I never knew it neither. I was like, okay, well, I don't know too much about the dowsing rods, but what I did see, because matter of fact, is when I looked it up when Aunt Judy got scratched for touching his dowsing rods.
Right.
Because the way I worded it on Google, I said, is it possible for somebody to get scratched from touching, dowsing rods? And that's when they told you, okay, you get scratched from touching dowsing rods. Is a Christian, matter of fact, they said that that's enabling the devil or demonic whatever to manipulate your body to use those dowsing rods. And that's the only reason I could think of, the reason why she got scratched that night, because she touched his dowsing rods.
I don't know.
Wow. That's
Wow.
freaky.
I mean, how true it is, I don't know. I just can go by with what I've read.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
But for me, I don't like touching other people's equipment. I really don't. These are paranormal investigators. I won't touch it.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But
No,
Yeah,
how's the camera go?
see, need to check this house. Okay.
I know as far as what I know about dowsing rods is the way they work is the way they cross, the spirits had to move right close to them, and their energy goes with the dowsing rods and it causes them to cross. I know whenever I get I'm in a session and I get a lot of answers right back to back to back to back, I can start feeling the energy in my hands. And
that's true, because our videos, Neil, you see oars flying from our dowsing rods when we ask them questions.
Yep.
yeah.
All right. So
Because Neil together, because we're working together.
right.
Yeah.
Is it the
Guys,
Paranormal Nation?
Yep. Paranormal Nation. Guys, I got to get out of here, man. I
All
will
right,
see
Neil.
y'all on the flip side. Lizzie and Smash, nice meeting you guys, man.
It was really nice.
Great meeting you as
too.
well.
Yeah.
Hope we can do this again.
Almost definitely.
We will, guys.
Yeah,
We
most
will.
definitely.
And I would like to have you on sometime. Every other Friday, I'm doing interviews on my channel, and I will get all the information. Hey, Sugar Bear, I'll get all the information from
Hey, Neil,
from Brenda and Billy. Yeah.
one more question, brother. You use a lot longer than I have. You might help out with that.
What's that?
Tiny question.
Oh, yes, they can be used to find electrical lines. Actually, the way I got started with dowsing, man, is I got started by finding water with a dowsing stick. I don't know if you know what that is. It's the stick that looks like a Y,
Like
and
Coraline. Sorry.
yeah, just like. and I've used them to find water with before, and you can also use dowsing rods, the kinds that we use now, to find water still. You can also find metals that are buried underground. You can use them like a metal detector. You can find electrical lines, just like Tiny was talking about. They are very, very good to use for stuff like that, man. I don't know what happened to my camera. My camera just went out.
Nah.
The spirits don't want me to talk about this shit, evidently. But yeah, that's right though, man. And also, I'll tell you something else before I go, man. Is I've actually have lost some of my items before. Just for example, a stylus that I used to use on my phone. It was my favorite stylus in the whole world. I loved it 2 pieces, and I could not find that booger. I looked under my recliner. I looked everywhere, and no trace of it anywhere. So I have 5 spirits of slaves that live on my property, and I asked one of them to help me find them. And I said, when you lead me to it by moving the dowsing rods in the directions that I need to go in. And when I get to where my stylus is, make these rods cross. Dude, I'm telling you, no joke. It led me straight to my recliner, underneath my recliner that I had 5 minutes ago. I pulled my recliner back up off the chair, flipped it over on the side, and nothing was underneath it. But the spirit led me to it, and there was my damn stylus laying under my chair.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've heard of people of them using dowsing rods for that and asking someone to help them find something.
Yeah.
We give that to our friends.
I'm gonna find my battery.
Yeah, you need to do that, brother.
I lost my battery, man. I gotta have my battery for my camera.
Now Sunday.
I really got to go this time, guys. I love all of you.
Bye,
See you on the
Later,
flip
man.
side.
Take care,
Bye.
brother.
Yes, sir.
Later.
Bye.
So again, you guys are more than welcome. You guys are more than welcome to come up anytime you want to. You see us up on a live. All you gotta do is be like, "Hey guys, we're here. We'd like to come up." I really, really want to get to know you guys a lot more. This has been amazing. This has been awesome having you guys up here. But
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
is there anything that you want these people that's up here? Because at one point in time, I think we had 15 people. But is there anything else you guys want anybody else to know before we end this live? Something about you, something you just want to share, something coming up, or?
Do you have?
I don't know. Now I'm under pressure. I'm under pressure.
Hey, look, don't forget my peanut butter jelly and Cool Ranch Doritos on the peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell everybody about that, but that's cool.
But yeah, no, we had a lot of fun doing this. We definitely would like to do it again. Other than that, stay tuned to the videos that we're doing. Check out the channel. If you go click on any of our newer videos, it'll link all of our social media stuff down below. It should be a clickable link. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, my Twitch, our arts page. There's a lot of stuff that you can go check out. We have a lot of ideas. We just got to find the time, the money to make it happen. I stream pretty much every single night when I play video games. And if people are on there, they can communicate with me and I'll try to read the questions in between what I'm doing and answer them. And this has been a great time. So I would absolutely love to do it again.
It really has, man. Thank y'all so much for coming up here with us. Thank you.
I'm so glad I finally got to meet you guys. You guys are amazing. Really amazing.
Yeah.
I knew I could sense it in you guys when I first started watching your videos. That's why I had to have you up here. But this has been absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we've loved it. It was great to meet you guys, and y'all are awesome as well. And we love the opportunity to come on here, and we can't wait to do it again.
Yeah.
Yes, we're usually get up about every Friday. So whenever you want to come up, just like I said, let us know that you're here and you're up. You're automatically up. We'll try to always include you guys because I want to see you guys grow. You guys got what it takes. You guys got so many talents. You guys are gonna make it in the YouTube world.
Oh yeah.
Well, I appreciate that, and I hope it comes to be.
Yeah, for real.
All right, y'all. Well,
right.
It was amazing. We love you. You guys stay safe. Bye, everybody in the chat. It's been amazing.
Oh yes.
Bye.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Before we end it though, I do want everybody to know that our merch store is now available. If y'all want to go check things out, we finally got it up.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Well,
So, I love you guys.
bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye.